Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we got another smooth little video. We're gonna do another little modification here. I hooked up with the guys at American Modifications, and they were generous enough to send me a new grill so that I could go ahead and display up on the 1500 here. So I'm gonna be replacing this one out. Let me show you what this new one's about. All right guys, check it out. It comes out this way here. Let's flip this around. So it's an all black matte. And see, it's got that big LED right in the middle there. So you got your wiring back over here. I'll show you how to connect that. But we'll put that up right here really quick. So it's gonna look like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and do our demantling real easy. All right, make sure you get your little tool. You're gonna have 4 of these little Christmas trees that you're gonna need to pop out. Okay, and usually you don't even have to pop them all the way out. You can get it to come out just a little bit, and you can pull it and leave it on there. See? You just leave it on there. Got that one. This one here. Okay, and then you get your other 2. Really quick here. And just that fast, the top trim cover is off. All right, guys, you're gonna need a 11 millimeter. Take these 2 off right here. I'm gonna clamp this side right here. So don't forget, you have 2 more screws, one right here, one right here. What I'm doing is I'm putting them up on the radiator here to keep them separated. You got one there. You put the middle ones on here, and then you put the side ones out on the side, so that way you can put them back in the same order. All right, everybody, so once you release those screws, this just comes straight back. Be gentle with it. You don't want to damage your front bumper there. All right, and so before you put on your new grill, you need to add the accessories on there, the brackets, so that it attaches back onto the truck. So that you are supplied with the brackets, left, right. They're labeled right, left here. So you're provided with that. You're provided with the accessories, the nuts and all that, so you can get this on. All right, everybody, so you're gonna get this style of bolt screw. So what you're gonna do is you're just gonna slide this on. See, it's got these little circles right here. That's what you're gonna do. You're just gonna slide this on from the back. And you're gonna have to be a little forceful with it. You may wanna put on some gloves because you do have to use a little bit of force. They are pretty snug. You can get them in with your hands, but you know, look at my thumb. So depending which way you want to go about it, but that's what you need to do. Pop in your 4 here, pop in your 4 here, and then it gives you the top nut to go ahead and come down, and you screw it down, lock it in place. The way I like to tighten them, I mean, they don't have to be on there super tight, but it's kind of doing that crisscross pattern, like kind of like if you're doing your tires. So I would do this one, tighten this one down next here. Then I'm going to jump across back again, tighten this one, tighten this one down here, just so that they all push down evenly and you don't put too much stress on one side. And you go back to this side here. You are going to have to get yourself your little socket. I am not too sure what size you're going to need, but I would definitely, you know, just tighten them down a little bit more than just what your fingertips could do. Like I said, I mean, you don't want this thing coming off. Another idea that you may be able to do is even put a little bit of blue Loctite if you really wanted to. That way these suckers really don't move. But yeah, you do this for either side. You're gonna have to align these little guys over here. And then they give you the screws for that. So that's cool. Just get yourself a screwdriver and put those in, and you're ready to install. All right, y'all, so when you're tightening these down, once you got your ratchet on it, you don't have to go super hard. Once you feel that tightness, maybe just a little bit, see, like I'm feeling a little bit of pressure right there and the grill's already moving. I don't want to do it too tight. You don't. The last thing, that'd be a bummer deal if you over tighten it and you crack the plastic. So I mean, you want them snug, you know, like you get one crank, maybe two crank, and that's where you feel the pressure. A little bit past the pressure, like that. I mean, I'm not gonna whack. That's it. That should be snug. That should be good. I mean, if you do notice that it's coming loose, then you may have to tighten them. I seriously doubt it. I've never had an issue with any of the other grills that I've put in and I've installed. I've always used the same method. It always seems to work. So yeah, with that right there, these should be on nice and sturdy. Let's go ahead and move on to our side pieces here. And let's get this grill connected. Next step is you're gonna line these up. Get yourself a Phillips. Line these up very carefully. Make sure they go into the holes there. And it's going to be a very snug fit, so make sure you align it straight. You don't want it to go in crooked. The same method, you're just going to gradually push them down on either side until you work them all the way down. Okay, so then you're going to get these in. You know, while I was looking at this, I'm thinking, I like this, that they added this to hold the wire right here. But unfortunately, they do not have one on this side. And for the headlight is, this light is gonna have to run all the way across to connect to the headlight. So I'm gonna look around, see if I can't manage to find a way of getting another little clip or putting something so I could have this running across so it's not dangling. All right, y'all, so I don't know, thankfully, I had one of these little guys just laying around in the toolbox. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna take this screw off here. Okay, I'm going to take that off. We're going to run this cable through it. Screw this back on. That way I don't have to be fighting with this wire, because right now I was looking at it and I was like, man, this is going to give me a problem. It's going to start dangling like this, showing through the grill. So at least this way I could put a little tension on it when I connect it, and I can tie the rest up and throw it in the back of one of the panels. All right, guys, so lastly, it's gonna come with these little black, I don't know, little Christmas tree things. So what you're gonna do with the orientation, line it straight, line it right into this little crevice right here. It's gonna pop in. It's pretty good. And that way it's gonna help align it. So you're gonna pull your string. What you wanna do, very carefully, is just guide this. See how that went in there? You wanna align your bottom teeth here and make sure everything goes good. So let us slide this in really quick. We'll be right back. All right, everybody, so we got the grill on. It's not a perfect fit though. Look at it, it's got a little tension. So I'm gonna try to screw these on and see if we could get it to align, because man, there's a lot of movement going on here. So I'm gonna push this one here. See this one up here, look how high this sits. So again, I don't know if this was supposed to go to the other side, because see, this says right here, but now we're on the left side. So let me see if I can get this one screwed in a little bit just to hold it into place. We'll do the same thing on this side. Just see, the alignment is super tight. Get this guy in. And lastly, we'll get this one over here. Go ahead and do, like I said, I got myself another little light strip that I'm gonna go ahead and put up on top. I got it right on over here. I've been messing with it right here. It's this, it's an RGB, if you could see, an RGB. So yeah, this thing's gonna have like multiple colors and all that. It's gonna be color changing, comes with its own little remote, and it's gonna look dope. All right, so you get yourself your lighting strip right here, cut it in half like this so that you can find your center point. And at that, you find the center point of the grill, so that's where you can place it. So you got that much running this way. It's gonna sit about right here. You figure it's gonna be right in the middle. You got 6 LEDs right here, so right in between. So this could be about your middle point right here. Kind of also just align it right here with your hood latch. And that's where you're gonna start. Make sure that you put the round side out. You have a flat side, but the flat side doesn't glow. So make sure that you put the round side out so that it'll illuminate. All right, y'all, so just like with all the other electrical lights and all that good stuff, you wanna make sure that it works before you go through the process of installing it. So I did connect this to the battery really quick. Let's see, let's fire it up. Oh, and just like that, magic, baby. Check that out. And it's got all types of different running styles. You can do them solid. It's got multiple ways for you to run this light, so it's gonna look really good.
All right, y'all, so check it out. I went ahead and mocked it up. This is kind of the way I'm gonna be running it this time. I know before I had tucked it up and pushed it up into the side, but I don't know if this one's a little bit longer than the last one, but it is. So I'm figuring, like, you know what? I think I'm gonna make it pop out like that. And I could have that extension on both sides of the lights. Like I say, I mean, it has multiple functions, so you can get the lights to do whatever it is that you would like. But right there, I think that'd be my best way to go around it. I guess I always could run it up the top and just run it straight and maybe have it come this way. That may be another method. See, because what I did is this is just, I haven't taped this in, so this will come out. See, so this can come out. And we can reroute it from here. Oops, so there goes all that. But yeah, so let me mock it up the other way. Let me see how it looks the other way and see which way looks best. All right, everybody, it's getting kind of late out here. It is dark. So what I'm gonna do, I already taped this up. Like I said, I'm gonna run it the way I had run it before, if you could see. This is black just because I don't want it to illuminate. So I'm gonna shove that back in there like that. I'm gonna unglue it on this side first. I would always say to do it in the middle, but just since I have this break, I wanna make sure that I start in the proper spot. I would hate for it to wind up looking like this. So I'm gonna start on this end. Again, I'm gonna have to return this to Amazon. Run it around, do it all the way through, clean it really good. Got my little Lux prep here. It's just alcohol and water. A little spray bottle here. But yeah, do this, clean it up, and then get yourself a little box cutter, whatever it may be. Cut this little red tab right there and go ahead and start running it. Make sure you tuck everything that you taped up to the far back, and what you're gonna do is you're just gonna align it and start sticking it on down. What I am gonna change this time around, last time that I did this, I was putting it on this back piece. This time, I want it up here in the front. I think it's gonna be a little bit more vigilant. I think you're gonna see it and it's gonna pop a lot more. Like I say, worst case scenario, if I don't like it here, when I get the replacement for this one, I'll just stick it back here. But from what I recall from the last one, it's gonna stand out a lot more if you run it through here. So that's what I'm gonna do. Hey, what's up, everybody? So welcome back. Day 2. We're gonna go ahead and give this a second shot. After last night's disappointment, I thought I had it fixed, but it didn't work. So what I've tried so far, you saw me trying to plug it up to the headlight the way I had the scoops connected, but I guess it's trying to pull too much power that light is turning off if this light is on, or they both just kind of flicker a lot. So that didn't work. The second method that I tried was to go ahead and leave the power, the red, onto the lights and to choose a different ground. And so I found a piece on the truck and tried that method. I thought it worked yesterday. It didn't. It was still, this light was turning off as this was turning on. So today, went to O'Reilly's and I thought, well, what am I gonna do? So what I went ahead and did is I went and I picked up a toggle switch. So I got a cool little toggle switch here that I'm gonna try to wire up. Bought myself some female connectors here. Got myself some O-rings. Got myself some wire in the house, and I got myself a inline switch right here. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is just, wire this up to the battery, attach it to the toggle switch, run it through the inside of the cab, and just have like a little switch there to turn it on and off. That's the only other option that I could think of. I really would have liked them to turn on automatically when you turn the car on and off, but I just have way too many lights already on the front of the truck. So this was the next best method. So let's get started. All right, y'all, so first step, what I'm gonna go ahead and do with this inline fuse, I'm not even gonna add any more wire. The shorter, the better, I think. So I'm gonna maybe crimp this back just a tad bit. And what I'm gonna go ahead and do is attach one of these O-rings. That way I could attach this straight up to the battery. That way I'll have the fuse to protect it, just in case anything goes south. This guy's gonna go ahead and pop. Next thing I need to go ahead and do is also attach and add a little bit more speaker wire on this side so we could run it into the cab. and onto the toggle switch. All right, y'all, so this is what I went ahead and did. So I went ahead and attached this little O-ring to it right there. Went ahead and taped it black. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do here is I brought out the heat shrink. All right, y'all, so go ahead, get out the heat gun, get your heat gun, turn it on, and shoot this sucker up. And get that thing nice and warm. That way we get a little more permanent wrap on here. I was gonna test tape it, you know, but I was like, nah, if I got the heat shrink, why not, you know? So just put it like this. I'm gonna need my other hand to kind of go around. Oh, there you go, boom, and shrunk it, you see that? And just like that, and you hit it from the bottom there a little bit. And give it a tight connection like that, boom. So my next step now is to go ahead and take, this is gonna be my power cable right here. Okay, I know it's blue, but this is gonna be what's the red wire. Okay, so just keep that in mind. I mean, I know it's not red. I couldn't find any red wire. All right, y'all, so the next step is you're gonna have to push through the firewall so you could go ahead and get the toggle in and make sure that you have enough wire so that you get the right length. You know that wire that I have right there, I went ahead and broke through the firewall earlier because you know what I did? And I didn't make a video of this, but I installed some like LED lights down here. Look at, check it out, boom. Them little suckers dance around, and yeah, they're color changing, RGB, you know, just adds a little bit more aesthetic. You're gonna wind up coming through the back, and it's gonna be right here. If you could see, you have like this plastic grommet right behind where your brake is. It's gonna be back over here, and you can just pull this open. See, you can pull it out and feed the wire through there, you know. So I don't know how many of you guys do like your own radio systems, amplifier kits, you know, stuff like that, but this is how you get your radio system in. That way you don't have wires like through the doors. I've seen guys, you know, pull off this grommet, pull it through here, and then they push it through here somehow, and through, like, that's too much trouble, man. Just do it right through there. That's what that little grommet's for. Utilize it. All right, y'all, so check it out. What I'm gonna do next, like I said, I wanted to run the toggle switch right up here. Get yourself a little coat hanger or something so you could run the wire up and just bring it on up to you. Pull, pull, pull. It's coming, you can see them. So I'll probably need my other hand to pull it out all the way, just so I don't scratch everything up. But yeah, just a quick little simple method right there, just so you can pull them up and hide everything so you don't got nothing dangling down there. You don't want your feet getting snagged, especially with the pedals right there. The other thing that you have to do though is make sure you need to power up this guy right here. So now this right here is a 30 amp fuse. That's way too heavy, I think, right there, because what it's going to do is going to produce so much energy. It's going to make these wires hot, and it's going to burn everything up. So I'm definitely going to pull out that 30 amp. I couldn't find the voltage off of the light bar that it's running. I mean, I'm going to start little. I'm going to start like with a 5 amp, and I'm going to see if that runs it. I don't want to pull too much. Like I said, the last thing I want to do is give this more power than it needs, because it's going to be drawing more power. It's going to make the wires hot. Shit's going to wind up burning up, and yeah, that's not going to be fun. So I'm going to start at the minimum, because, you know, based off of the size of what it is, it's not like one of these big, huge, you know, light bars that you pick up. And this one's like in the grill, so I don't think it's going to be too intense. So I'm going to start off with a, you know, 5 amp. I think that's going to do it. So let's get that done. So this is the post I'm going to use for my ground right here, but you need to take this off, this hose. So you're going to have to pull it out little by little. You hear it popping? There you go. Just like that. It's got that little grommet. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and pull this nut off from right here. I'm going to ground my wire. He's back over here. You can barely see him. So anyways, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and ground that guy out really quick. That way I could put it to the post there. Should be good. All right, so I got my ground. Got the little O-ring on there, nice and tight. Like I said, I am going to attach it to here, to this little post. I checked it right now. You're going to need a 13 millimeter. Pull this sucker off. I think the next step that I'm going to do though, before I pull this off, I'm going to disconnect the battery. I'm going to pull the negative off, then your positive. I'm going to go ahead and swap this guy out with a 5 amp. Because I'm thinking that this, I'm going to probably either put under here or maybe with the other ones that I have. And I'm sorry, the headlight isn't showing it right, but may be able to hide it right underneath here. Maybe underneath this post, but I do want to disconnect it really quick so I could go ahead and attach them. And after that, should be showtime. All right, y'all, so once you pop it off, I like to cover it, you know, with a little microfiber just so it doesn't touch. This would be a good time too to check your terminals. If you need to clean them, put a little sandpaper, clean the inside, make sure that you're getting a proper connection, that's for sure. So now I'm gonna go ahead and take off the positive side. At that point, I'm gonna probably, you know, like I said, maybe put it right under here. I don't want to really put it up here, so I'm gonna find out where I'm gonna put it, screw that on before you connect that one back on, and then finally you go ahead, ground this sucker out, and yeah, you reattach it here. But so this is what you want to do. Okay, so once you get the power that's coming off the battery, that's going into the load. Okay, and then your ground or your other power that's going into the red from the light bar is going into the LED. Check it out. See? Boom, baby. All right, let's go check it out. So cool, everybody. I know it was a little tedious. I mean, it took a couple of days to get this thing rocking and rolling. We finally got it done right. So that's how you do it. If you ever wanting to do an additional light, because this isn't just work for this light bar. At this point, you can attach any light bar. You can get yourself one of them big mouth suckers. Yeah, run it up top, do it however, and that's how you're gonna run it. You add yourself a little toggle switch. So like I said, this is a multiple application use. It's just not just to this light bar right here. You could apply this to any application. Hey everybody, well thank you very much for sticking with me. We're rocking through the video. I know it took a little bit longer than usual, but we got it done. We got it set. Thank you to American Mods for hooking it up with this dope ass grill right here that I'm gonna be rolling with. Thank you everybody. You have yourself a wonderful night. Catch you on the next one. Peace.